Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. Pretty guys, week 7 of the GBA. The St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Tampa Bay Luxrays and coach Monotooi, who is ranked as the #1 team in the league right now, sitting at 5-1. We're sitting at a 2-4 record, which is of course not as good as we would like, but hopefully we can bounce back in this match and pick up a W, and we're gonna try to have some fun. I did talk pretty extensively in our team builder about our team and Monotooi's team, so I definitely encourage you guys to check that out in the description below. Find out why we're bringing the 6 we're bringing, our sets and stuff like that. Maybe you'll learn something, who knows? Check that out. If you guys want to support the Rampardos, you can hit that like button down below, of course, and subscribe if you're new. 1,500 likes would be amazing, and you can check out Monotooi's channel in the description below as well. Last but not least, we have a question of the day today. Looks like Victini is going to show down against Dracula, another one of the mythical Pokemon. Of course, Shaman and Manaphy, a couple other mythicals like Meloetta and stuff fall into that category. Which one of them is your personal favorite? For me, it's definitely Victini, which is why I've used it 3 seasons in a row in the GBA. I love Victini, but let me know in the comment section below which mythical Pokemon is your favorite. And we're gonna get this matchup started here against Monotooi and the Tampa Bay Luxrays. Last year when we played them, we picked up a W on the back of Dragon Dance Altaria. Hopefully this year we can pick up a W again. Let's see what's gonna happen. All right, guys, we are connected here with Monotooi. We're gonna let the battle begin and find out what team he is gonna be bringing this week. Again, I really feel confident seeing Jirachi, Buzzwole, potentially Zygarde. I think Mantine is a potential bring. Miltank could be his way to deal with Victini, and Bisharp is something he could bring, but he's got a lot of different things he could bring. So let's find out right now. He's gonna mix it up quite a bit from what I was expecting. We are gonna see no Mantine, but we do see a Greninja. Again, I'm not, too surprised to see Greninja. As I said, like in the team builder, there was just so many things that he could bring. So I'm glad there's no Bisharp. He's got the Salazzle instead, which could prove to be annoying, especially if he's like a nasty plot set, but I think I got the rest of the team there. Jirachi, Zygarde, Salazzle, Miltank, Greninja, and Zygarde. Okay, cool. So let me just make some adjustments here. Salazzle, and no Mantine, but brings Greninja instead. So it's pretty safe to assume that his Stealth Rock setter is going to be either Jirachi or Miltank. He may choose to lead with one of those 2 Pokemon. For me, I think getting a potential Scissor lead could be okay. Scissor has some good usefulness in this match. I think Gliscor is also a decent opportunity for a lead matchup to try to get my Stealth Rocks up. Although Stealth Rocks aren't as crucial as they might otherwise be here. I do like the Scissor lead though, because Scissor really, it's going to match up decent against a lot of his team. I don't anticipate a Salazzle lead. He may be expecting like Gliscor lead. Gliscor lead is okay. I do kind of like the Gliscor lead. I just don't want to deal with a Greninja lead. That would be the issue, but I think I am going to lead Gliscor here. I think it's got a good matchup against a good amount of his team. We can probably deal with that Miltank. If he decides to lead Miltank, it's alright. We can make it work. We could set up our own Stealth Rocks, and then it'll just be a match where both teams have rocks in the field, as he has no way to remove those hazards, whereas on my end, potentially Scissor could remove it, but he doesn't know that, obviously. I don't have defog on Scissor, but that's okay. So let's see what he's going to lead with. I do like my Gliscor lead. Like I said, Gliscor is very good. If he leads Greninja, then we'll have to go out into Toxapex. But let's see what he's going to lead with. He's going to lead with Improved Sneck, which is going to be his Zygarde. So that's fine with me. Dracula does match up relatively okay here because I do have the Ice Fang. And we're probably going to just go for that Ice Fang right on the first turn here to try to get some dig damage off and hopefully get some ideas of what kind of set he's running. So I'm going to just go for that Ice Fang, as it is going to do a decent amount. It's going to do almost half to him depending on his spread. And I'm not gonna take any chances. We're just gonna fire off the Ice Fang here on the first turn. If he wants to set up rocks or something, that's fine. But for me, just getting off this damage here, I think is gonna be important. And if he wants to switch out, that's fine. But I'd anticipate he stays in here. I don't know if he's gonna try to set up on me or what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna make the safe play. So we'll see that 1,000 arrows. Let's see how much this does to me. Looks like it does a little under half, so that leads me to believe that he's very offensive. Ice Fang's gonna come off here. This should do over half to him, or about half, and it does exactly that. And our Toxic Orb is gonna activate here and give us some health back, so that's gonna be really nice. And he's got the Power Construct here. Wait, what's going on? He can just do that? Is that like a thing that you can do? I'm a little confused as to what's happening right now. Wait a minute, did he get the wrong gen? I don't think that's allowed. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that's not allowed. So he says, so sorry about that. So we're gonna have to cut this match. He's gonna have to get his Zygarde readjusted here, I'm assuming. Let me message him. What do we do? So he has obviously the wrong setup here on this thing. So we're gonna have to restart the battle and redo these first couple turns. So let's just cut here and we'll figure that one out. Alright guys, we are back after that crazy Uber's power construct Zygarde, which is pretty darn insane, and we're faced with a pretty tough predicament here. We've got that Ice Fang off on the Zygarde. We know it's Choice Banded Zygarde here, and after activating our Toxic Orb, we're sitting at 90 out of 181, which means that if we get hit with another 1,000 arrows here, this would most likely knock us out. So he does have the opportunity to knock us out right here, and I can do one of two things. I can make a switch into Scissor here, and Scissor can take the hit. I know Scissor can live 2,000 arrows from Banded Zygarde, but at the same time, like, do I lose my Gliscor right now to take on this Zygarde? Like, we have a very, very tough decision to make here, because it is a damage roll. On the Gliscor that I'm using, max attack, let's say Adamant, like if he's Jolly, we have a decent chance to live. If he's Adamant, we're not gonna live. So this is a tough play. I think I have to go into my Scissor though, guys, because actually no, if he's Choice Banded, he's gonna beat Scissor too. So we're in a very tough situation here. I think I just have to Ice Fang, guys, as much as it pains me to say that, and potentially lose my Dracula on the first turn of the match here. I don't really see any other option. We don't have the greatest switches to this thing, so we're gonna have to chance the damage roll here and hope that we can live on just a tiny sliver of health. It is gonna be a damage roll, whether or not we live on one here, and we are not gonna live on one. So we're gonna lose Dracula there, unfortunately, on the second turn of the match. So Zygarde kills Gliscor with 1,000, sorry for all the typing, arrows, and that's obviously not how I wanted this match to start, especially as important as Gliscor could have been for our team, but I just don't have switch-ins to this thing, so that's really what it comes down to. Now what I can do is I can go into our Havoc here, our Terrakion, and I can click Close Combat, and we can put a pretty heavy hit on something. The other option would be going into our Haxorus and potentially trying to attack with something like that. I do think that there's a good chance that he switches out, whatever he decides to go for. I can't really go into Victini here, so I'm thinking that we are going to go into our Terrakion right now and just click Close Combat. The other option is potentially going for an Aerial Ace and seeing if that is going to be enough to kill, but I think we're going into Terrakion either way here. Again, I just don't have too many options, and I can't really mess around with this thing yet. We can't really Aerial Ace. We do have to Close Combat, so I'm going to go into Terrakion here. We are going to Close Combat, and I understand that could bring that Buzzwole in. It could also put a big dent in something, so we should be able to pick up a kill regardless here. So I'm going to go for the Close Combat. I think that's the safest play and the smartest play, because this Zygarde is a huge problem. I think he's going to save the Zygarde. I do think he will save it, especially considering Choice Band Extreme Speed could be very, very difficult for our team to deal with later on in the match. But we do know it's Choice Banded. We know it's got that 1,000 arrows. We know he's sitting at about 35%, 40%. We got a better roll this second time. It's actually the third time. I actually got to freeze the second time when we replayed, but nevertheless, so he's sitting a little bit lower than he was, but he's going to save it as I expected. This Close Combat into what? Buzzwole? Here comes Ivan. That probably is the Buzzwole, and it is. So I could have Aerial Aced and potentially made a good prediction there, but it was a tough prediction to try to make, and we're going to do about that 40% to this Buzzwole. Get a good chunk of damage off there, bring him down to about that 60% mark. Now this is tough because we have to be very cautious of the fact that he could easily be rocking like a substitute variant, and breaking that substitute could be challenging, so we're gonna have to make a tough call here. Now I'm leaning towards just going aggressively into Victini because his switch-ins to V-Create are limited. The other option would be going into our Scissor here, potentially having Scissor come in and be able to put some work on. Unfortunately, I can't really do much to him otherwise. I think Scissor's a decent option, but if he's like super bulky, or Bullet Punch isn't really gonna do much to him. So what do I switch in here? Like my default response would be to switch into Toxapex, but at the same time, like, I also realize how detrimental that could be if he starts to set up with Buzzwole here. I don't think he tries to set up though in our face, because he probably knows I'm banded at this point. But how much does Earthquake do? I think we're gonna, an Earthquake he could just Earthquake here, which is pretty tricky. I think I actually have to go into our Scissor right now, so I'm gonna make the play into Scissor. I think Terrakion is still too useful for us. It would have been nice if I made that Aerial Ace play there, because we could have gotten rid of Buzzwole here on the second turn. But we're going to go into Scissor and see what he's going to do. He's going to go for the Earthquake, so he does make the prediction there. Kind of a pseudo prediction, like it wasn't necessarily a prediction. You know, he could have easily went after our, you know. So we actually take a pretty solid chunk from that. That did a good amount to us. So we see the EQ on the Buzzwole, which we did expect. So Buzzwole goes for EQ. Let's just kind of check that calc real quick and just see what we were expecting it to do. Looks like about what it did, yeah. So it looks to be that he's like an Adamant, just a pretty standard offensive variant. I'm thinking I'm just gonna U-turn here for momentum. He may be a little bit cautious. I could Roost as well and just kind of see what this thing wants to do to me. What would he switch in? His switch in would probably be, I mean, I would love to get a free switch. I don't want to lose Scissor here either, though. That's kind of the problem we're facing. Because if I just go for a U-turn, obviously we don't really get much damage off. It just gives me an opportunity to switch into something. He could be fearing the aerial ace, though, and he could think I'm Scarf. So I think I am just going to go for the U-turn here. It could result in us taking a big hit and even a potential kill hit. He could go for like a hammer arm or a superpower and knock us out, and he is going to go for the superpower. I think that's actually going to just knock us out. So not the start we wanted. Yeah, we're going to go down. That is not what we wanted at all. Buzzwole, this is not a good match for us. Kills Scissor with superpower. He's going to get that beast boost to kind of negate that superpower drop. But now we get to go. He does have a -1 defense, so I could potentially go Terrakion here and Stone Edge. What is his switch into that, though? If I go for a Stone Edge with Terrakion here, I didn't actually see what boost he got, which is kind of dumb, but it's okay. Yeah, so it looks like Stone Edge would kill at this range. Victini can obviously come in and V-Create, which would kill this thing. It probably forces the Miltank in, if that's the case, if I go for a V-Create. Or I could force the Zygarde in. So Victini I don't think is the right answer here. I do think that going into Havoc here and going for a Stone Edge is probably my best play. I don't think Close Combat is the play. I mean, can Miltank take 2 Stone Edges? Because that would be his best switch in, or Jirachi. Yeah, we have a chance to one-shot it. Let's go into Havoc here. We're going to click Stone Edge, and we're going to try to hit. We should be able to knock out this Buzzwole because it should be minus defense now. Let's just double check. But it is -1 defense, so I believe that this Stone Edge will kill. A little bit of an obvious play. Could bring the Miltank in. Could bring the Jirachi in. I don't think Close Combat is the right play here, though. So I'm going to go for that Stone Edge, which is my safest play. He's going to stay in, and we connected. This should kill. And it does. So we get rid of the Buzzwole at least. So that's good. Terrakion kills Buzzwole with Stone Edge. So we at least get rid of one of his big threats. That's nice. And we did weaken the Zygarde. So his Zygarde is weakened. Of course, he can bring it back in here and put me in a tough situation and just click 1,000 arrows and something has to die. So, I mean, that's really the tough situation we're in. Although, I wonder how much a choice banded Stone Edge does to this Zygarde. Let's see if he were to bring it in here. Assuming he's got speed investment. We do like 29 to 34, so I don't think it's going to be enough to pick up the kill on the Zygarde if he brought that in. So that's tricky. That's tricky in its own right. So if Zygarde comes in, we basically lose another Pokemon. I don't really know any way around that. So here comes Improved Snack. So this is the Zygarde coming in, and you know what? This is one of those situations where it's looking like he's going to live any move I go for here. So as much as I feel that keeping Terrakion around is super important, like, what is the least useful member of my team? I guess the least useful member of my team at this point in time would be me sacking off my Toxapex. Would be the only thing I can think of here, is me saying, okay, you know what? Toxapex just needs to die. We're going to sack off Toxapex. We're going to get Terrakion in, and Terrakion's going to be able to come back in and close combat something. That is what I'm leaning towards doing here. The other option is going for the Stone Edge and hoping for a critical hit to knock out the Zygarde and maintain the momentum we have. But unfortunately, I don't really think that that is the best play here. When I can get my Terrakion back in and click close combat now and really remove any potential solid switching he has. So I'm going to sack off my Venomax here, which it pains me to do this, because I realize that this is going to be very tough for us to come back now 3 to 5, but I have to make this play. Here comes the 1,000 arrows. That's definitely going to knock us out. You know, like I said, I mean, I know the play, but this is the play we got to make. Zygarde kills Toxapex with, I'm just going to mark it because I'm pretty sure we're dead here in a second. I'll go for the skull just on the off chance. He's going to go for the 1,000 arrows again, so with 1,000 arrows. So choice banded Zygarde proven to be quite a problem. Definitely a bit of a problem. You know, it's really kind of put in the work so far. But this gives me an opportunity to go back on my Terrakion at least. We can click close combat here, which I do think is our best play. It does do a lot to everything. It can two-shot the Jirachi and stuff, so it's not like he has a safe switch in here. So he should be able to pick up this kill, and I'd imagine he's going to let his Zygarde go down to our Terrakion here. He could try to switch into like Salazzle or something, but I don't really think that's going to make a lot of sense, because I don't even think Salazzle takes 2 close combats, if I'm being honest. I would imagine it doesn't. Just being honest, because of how powerful. Yeah, so Salazzle doesn't even want to take a close combat. In fact, it does up to 90% on a resisted hit, which is pretty nuts if you ask me. Yeah, so we should be able to put a big dent into something, whether it's the Rachi, whether it's the Miltank, whether he's not going to go into Greninja, I don't think. So I think his switch in here is probably either Salazzle or he just lets his Zygarde go down. But he also realizes at this point in time that Zygarde one-shots my entire team, or at least comes pretty darn close. So it's not like, you know, it is worth him saving it just for the extreme speed, but he's going to lose a Pokemon in the process most likely, unless he goes into Salazzle. That would be really the only thing, because Jirachi's not taking 2 close combats, unless he's Scarf Rachi, which he very well could be. So if he's gonna stay in. So we're gonna pick up this kill here and get rid of the Zygarde. That should pick up the kill, and it does. That bar dropped way slower than I would have liked. But Terrakion kills Zygarde with CC. So we get rid of that thing at least. So Terrakion picking up a second kill there. We're gonna get rid of the Zygarde, which is nice. He's got Greninja, Miltank, Salazzle, and Jirachi left. So still a chance for us to pull it back, but obviously being down 3 Pokemon here, not what I'm looking for. He's got Captain Jinyu, which is going to be his Greninja here. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have a good switch into this thing, and the only thing on my team that outspeeds it is my Haxorus. So I pretty much have to take a Water-type move here, I think. Or I go into Haxorus and just hope. I really think that's my play here, is go into Haxorus and hope he goes for a Water-type move. You know, he could also U-turn, but I think I just have to go into Haxorus. Like, I totally realized that he could predict this play here and go for something else, but at the same time, like, if I like, let Terrakion go down, I don't know if I can beat, like, things like Miltank and stuff. So let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for the Hydro Pump here, so at least we resist this hit. This is gonna hurt, though. Is he, like, Life Orb Hydro Pump? That does over half to me, which is pretty nuts, and we are gonna see the Life Orb. So we see a Life Orb there, and we see Hydro Pump. So now I'm in a situation where I can try to get some big damage off here because I am faster than Greninja. He doesn't know that necessarily because I am a Scarfed variant. You know, for me to hit him here, I mean, a Dragon Claw has a chance to knock him out. Earthquake does not kill him at this range. I do have the Quick Attack, though, from Terrakion, which could prove to be useful to revenge kill this thing if I can hit him with, like, an Earthquake and then go for that. I mean, if he goes into Miltank, though, which is a pretty safe play, he could just easily go into Miltank here. So, like, there's a part of me that wants to predict that he's going to switch out and get my Victini in, but the problem is if I predict incorrectly here, we're put in a really tough spot. So I personally think that he's going to make a switch here into either Miltank or Jirachi, but I also realize for me to win this game, I have to make a play here to come back. So I'm going to Dragon Claw. I do think that's the right play. He's going to switch out, and it's likely to be in that Miltank or the Jirachi. Here comes the 3%, and that is going to be the Jirachi. So I almost Earthquake there, which would have been a 2-hit KO, but, you know, such is life. We'll get the Dragon Claw off here. Does a good chunk to him, about 25%. We don't see an item. Obviously, I can't switch my move, so I have to make the play into Victini, and this is sad because I realize 1,000,000% here that, you know, Victini's not going to be safe coming into a Jirachi, but we got to do what we got to do. So that would have been an awesome opportunity for me to, he's going to Psychic, so at least I'm able to take that. So now we got to make a tough decision here. I'm going to go for the Focus Blast to potentially hit the Miltank coming in. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for that Focus Blast because I think the V-Create here is incredibly obvious. He goes right into Miltank. I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. Potentially hit that Miltank on the switch in, which could be really good. We force it into a 2-shot. You know, this Jirachi, I'm leaning to believe it might be Scarfed. A little surprised to see the Psychic there, so he's like a especially offensive variant. Scarfed Jirachi obviously matched up very well against my team, if that's what he decided to bring. But we'll go for the Focus Blast here either way, because if he is Scarfed, he's going to be more likely to switch out. If he's not Scarfed, he's also going to want to switch out because the V-Create, so, or a potential Fire move, which he's not sure what to see yet. So either way, I think going for the Focus Blast, predicting the Miltank here is the right play. It does hit the Greninja very hard as well. If he decides to go in it, they would actually kill the Greninja. And it does a decent amount to Jirachi, at least, I would imagine. Probably, you know, gets him to about the 50% range. But this will definitely be a pretty tough match for us to come back. I'm trying to figure out how we come back. I think the way we have to do it is we have to weaken that Miltank. Once Miltank's gone, I see an opening for Haxorus, Choice Scarf Haxorus. I see an opening if he's not Scarf Rachi, but if he's Scarf Rachi, then he stays in with the Rachi. We missed the Focus Blast, that's fine. He goes for the Psychic here. That is definitely going to hit us pretty hard. Does a decent amount. No Spit F drop, please, that's fine. So now I have to make a tough decision. I think I just V-Create though. Now that I know that he went for the Psychic, and he did go, wait, we went first and missed. So He's not scarfed. We know that. We know he's not scarfed now. I could V-create this turn. Do I think he goes into Miltank this time? He could go into Miltank this time. I think he stays in though. Seems like he was willing to just sack this thing off. So, do I 2-hit KO at this point in time with Focus Blast? No, we don't do anything to him with Focus Blast. Oh, that's like a Spadef Jirachi though. All right, well we're gonna V-create then. If he switches to Miltank this turn, he's gonna switch to Miltank this turn. And that's it right there. Here comes Lacertilia, which is gonna be, oh, it's the Salazzle, okay. So he kind of takes a middle ground play there, goes into the Salazzle thinking that maybe Salazzle's his best bet here. We're gonna hit it with a big V-create, do a good amount of damage to him. We'll take a speed drop though and some defense drops, which does put us in susceptibility range for the Salazzle to revenge kill us here. Terrakion can still put in some work. I've got the quick attack, which should pick up a revenge kill. We've got Haxorus. I mean, the biggest thing here is I just don't have a way to beat the Miltank at this point in time, which makes this really challenging. I could go into Terrakion here, though, and try to get a revenge kill with a quick attack on this thing, because I'd imagine quick attack can pick up the kill. It's going to be close. I think I got to go into Terrakion here, though, so I'm going to make the play into Terrakion. If he's got HP ground, he's got HP ground, but I'm going to make the play into Terrakion here and go for quick attack, which looks like it may be able to pick up the kill against him. It'll depend, but here comes the Sludge Bomb, so I figured that's our best thing to take. We take the Sludge Bomb. It does a lot. It's a crit, so that's fine. And now I'm just going to quick attack here and hope for the best. Does he switch? I don't think he switches Salazzle. I'll quick attack, just on the off chance I can pick up the kill here. Because he wouldn't go into Miltank. He could go into Rachi, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because I could close combat here. So if he didn't knock me out, that would be bad. So I think the quick attack is the right play. I feel confident in that. Because if we pick up the kill here, we get rid of this thing. And that's one more thing. He could be Scarfed Salazzle. That could be a thing. I mean, Miltank, like, I don't think he goes into Miltank, though. Because if I close combat or Stone Edge, like, we two-shot. So let's see if this picks up the kill. This will be close. And it does. Terrakion picking up the kill with quick attack, which is very nice. So Terrakion kills Salazzle with quick attack. So the problem we have now is a big one. It's a big one, and it's that he just goes into Greninja right now and clicks Hydro Pump. And all I can do is quick attack. Here comes 3%, which is the Jirachi, knowing we're locked into quick attack, so that makes things interesting. He can easily predict my Victini switch here and go for anything. I mean, I have to switch out, so I think I just go into Victini right now. And yeah, that's my play. He could easily, I think he's gonna Shadow Ball. Like, I'm pretty sure he Shadow Balls here. But at the same time, like, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. And actually, I wonder if this Jirachi, like, Psychic did so much from this thing before. Like, a little bit more than I thought it was gonna do. Wonder if he's, like, specially offensive. Like, max special? He could be specially offensive. Let's see if he goes for the Shadow Ball. He's gonna switch out, make a prediction, probably going to Greninja. Your mom, what is that, the Miltank? Okay, so I don't know what he expected me to do there, but that's fine with me. I could just go for the Focus Blast now. And if we actually hit it, that would be lovely. Let's actually hit this Focus Blast this time. Hey, he's got the Chople Berry, but we did hit it. Of course, Victini's ability does give you an increased amount of damage output, and that still does over half to him with the Chople, which is nuts. We get a crit, though, and a Spadef drop. Let's see what he goes for. Does he go for the EQ or the oh, he does have the EQ. We might actually live this, to be perfectly honest. There's a good chance we can live this. And we do live it, so that's really sweet. So now I need to go for another Focus Blast and not miss. Is that what I need to do here? Is go for the Focus Blast and not miss? Or do I U-turn to take the Earthquake with something else? I think I Focus Blast and we just don't miss. Let's do that. 77% accurate, man. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it this time. We're gonna hit this one. 77% accurate. We're gonna hit it, right, Victini? You wanna hit this? You're gonna hit this. You're gonna hit this Focus Blast. We already missed one. It's 77% accurate. We should hit it. We're gonna hit it. We hit it. That's what I'm talking about, Victini. Victini kills Miltank with Focus Blast. Bam, get that thing out of here. All right, so we're left with Greninja and Salazzle. I'm sorry, Greninja and Jirachi left. Greninja and Jirachi left. Here comes Captain Jinyu, this Greninja here. And we need to get him just a tiny bit weaker for my friend Terrakion, or for my friend Haxorus. Because Haxorus is in a situation where Earthquake does up to 70% to this thing, And it does what to Jirachi? It should do a decent amount to Jirachi. It does about the same to Jirachi. So, how can we win this? Let's see here. I don't think Victini is the Pokemon we save. I think we have to let Victini go down here. I think we have to let Victini go down, and then we go into then we go to Haxorus and we click Earthquake, right? Earthquake brings this thing down, and then hopefully Havoc can win the game, or do we quick attack and then Earthquake twice and hope for high damage on the Jirachi? Because the Jirachi is slightly weakened, right? It took a Dragon Claw. I think I just let Victini go down here, because Victini, like, if I switch out Victini here and sacrifice off my Terrakion, Terrakion can't really beat Jirachi with a close combat, I don't think. So I do think Victini's the weakest link here. So we're gonna go for the Bolt Strike. He's gonna go for the Dark Pulse and knock us out. So I almost went into Terrakion there, which would have been really cool because we would have got the Justified boost, and then we could have quick attacked and actually had a chance to knock him out, but that's okay. Take some Life Orb damage. So now I think I actually have to go into Haxorus, and Haxorus has to go for the Dragon Claw against this thing. I think that's what we're doing here. Is going into Haxorus and clicking Dragon Claw, which does look like it kills. And if he goes into Jirachi, that's a problem. Do I think he goes into Jirachi here? Because if he goes into Jirachi and I Earthquake, we win the game. But otherwise, like, Earthquake does 58 to 69, so it doesn't kill. So that's the problem. So I think I have to Dragon Claw. And even, like, the Dragon Claw damage, like, after that, we basically go into Terrakion, we sack off Terrakion to a potential Iron Head or Psychic, and then we go back into this thing, and then we have to click Earthquake again on the Greninja the next time. I think I have to Dragon Claw here and get the kill. He probably switches into Jirachi though. No, he stays in. Will this kill? If this kills, we might not be in the worst situation in the world. Oh, a little short, a little short, a little short. Rage is gonna go down, and that's gonna be the game unless he dies to Life Orb Recoil. Oh, no, 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 no. So close. So close. So close. I have to hope for the Hydro Pump miss. We're hoping for the Hydro Pump miss. I don't think we win either way. But that close, if we get that kill there, this game could be a totally different game. We would have had a chance, I think. We would have had a chance, I think. And Stealth Rocks, well, we didn't get a chance to set stuff. He could miss Hydro Pump. He could very well miss Hydro Pump. That stinks, because if I save Victini, went into Terrakion on the Dark Pulse, we would have got the attack boost. I could have quick attacked. I potentially threatened this thing out. But let's see. I mean, quick attack beats him, but I'm banded, so I'm locked into whatever I'm locked into. So I have to hope he misses Hydro Pump. 80% accurate. He could have extra sensory too, though. He could have extra sensory too. And even then, I don't know if Choice Band in close combat is going to be able to kill the Jirachi either way. So that makes things challenging too. But he's thinking about his move here, so I don't know what he's thinking about, but I made my play. My play is close combat here. We got to get as much damage off on this thing as we can and hope he misses Hydro Pump. He's probably running Calyx to see, make sure that Psychic kills, but it's going to kill. He's going to go for the... Oh, he's got the Water Shuriken, so not too surprising to see that. If we actually get really lucky here and he only hits twice, we could live. Up. Okay, we're going to see an interesting matchup, guys. We're going to see how much this Choice Band in close combat can do to a Jirachi, and that's what this match is going to come down to. I don't think it's going to be enough. My calcs here are telling me, oh man, it's going to be close, guys. It's going to be close. We're going to click it. It's going to be a damage roll. It says 73 to 87. Will it be enough? And that's on max HP. Oh, we killed him! What? Dude, Terrakion, the monster! We're gonna take a 1-0 there at the end. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Greninja kills Victini with Dark Pulse. Oh my goodness. Greninja kills Haxorus with, I don't even know what he killed it with. I don't remember anymore. Let's say Dark Pulse. I don't remember. I'll go back and look. And Greninja dies to Life Orb. Life Orb and Terrakion. Oh my goodness, kills Jirachi with close combat. Oh my goodness, man. I cannot believe that. We just picked up a W right there, guys. That was a match that we did not play as well as I would have liked. He had some great prep with that Choice Band and Zygarde, but I think we were able to make the right plays down the stretch there. There really wasn't a ton of hacks. Obviously, that Focus Blast miss on Jirachi would have been nice because it would have been really close there at the end, but I don't think there was really any hacks, so I think that was a pretty clean battle. Choice Band and Terrakion, dude, which was kind of a last-minute call there. 4 kills for the monster himself. I can't believe it picked up that kill on the Jirachi. Depending on his HP investment, that may or may not have been a damage roll. That might have been a clean kill. If he had 0 HP investment, definitely a clean kill. If he had max HP, it looked like it was about a 50-50 or pretty close to it. But man, what a game, guys. What a game. And we move ourselves to what were we, 2-4, so we're 3-4 now, I think, in the 7 games. So we're like still in this. We're still in this. We play Crimson Sea Battle, the Detroit Steel Wings next week, which is gonna be great. But us picking up a W here against the #1 team in the league, that was a confidence booster, and I needed that one for my sanity for this league because it's obviously been a big struggle this season. But big props to Mono. I'm pretty happy how we played that game or how it turned around. Obviously, like the beginning of the game did not go well at all, you know, but I was able to kind of keep the important pieces to the team around and knew that I could potentially pull it back with Scarf Haxorus there at the end. Not killing that Greninja was soul crushing, but oh, we did get a little bit of luck though. That Water Shuriken hitting only 2 times, that was some luck. Let me actually backtrack. If he hits 3 times there, we lose the game, right? So I don't know what the chances are there, but nevertheless, pretty darn close and a pretty epic game altogether. So I'll take the win, man. You know I needed it. Go show some love to Monotooi. Obviously, he played incredibly well, and that one came down to the wire, so I'll take it. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your St. Louis Rampardos, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Head smash. Peace.